Hello and welcome back to my channel! Today I'm making a video that I never thought I would be able to make because I'm renowned for being someone who never gets film references or references from TV or any pop culture. I'm awful in a pub quiz, like don't have me on your pub quiz team because you will lose. But I actually have 5 favourite things that I've been watching on Netflix because I've actually been watching Netflix. I'm watching TV. I think this is because it's winter, so I get home from work and it's dark and gross and rainy and cold and I'm like, I don't want to do anything, so I put Netflix on. So without further ado, these are my 5 favourite things that I've been watching on Netflix at the moment. I need to find a snappier title. Top 5 Netflix picks. I like that, I like the alliteration there. Number 1, and these are in no particular order, is Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. This is the story of a girl who breaks out of a bunker where she's been abducted into a cult, and then she breaks out of it and she's trying to reform her life in New York, and it's hilarious, and she meets some very funny people on the way and she's just trying to find her way and everything. It has got the catchiest theme tune ever. You know, on Netflix they've now put the thing where you can skip the intro. I never skip the intro because I always want to hear that intro. Unbreakable, they're alive, damn it, it's a miracle! I'm so sad that I finished watching this. I just want there to be a new season because I cannot get enough of the characters and like how funny it is. And Kimmy, the main character, she's so bright and colourful, and she's basically like a child because she's grown up in this bunker rather than in real life, so she's like got this super innocent, like everything's exciting attitude to her life in New York, and everyone's like, are you sure? And her roommate Titus, I love him so much. I want him to be my spirit animal because he's just everything. Number 2, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. This is very similar to Kimmy Schmidt. It was one of the things that was recommended when I finished watching it, that if you like that you'd also like this, and I definitely do. It's about a woman who moves to West Covina to be with her childhood love, although she doesn't admit that that's why she's moved there, and it's about her and her friend plotting to try and get her together with this childhood love of hers, and it's about like their relationship and her forming her new life in this new town and trying to convince everyone that that's not really why she moved there. It sounds very rom-com-y, but it is way better than I'm describing it, I promise you. And my favourite thing is it's a musical, and don't let that put you off straight away because it's self-aware, it's aware that it's a musical, so sometimes they'll like, the characters will start doing a song and they'll be like, ugh, why am I doing a song? Like, why am I singing right now? It's very funny and the songs are so catchy. Let's generalize about men. Let's generalize about men. That's my favourite one. They're all like super on the nose and hilarious lyrics. The woman that plays the main character, oh, I can't remember her name. I feel like it's Rebecca no, that's the character's name. I feel like that's her name in real life as well, like her character's called Rebecca and she's called Rebecca. I can't remember her name, but she acts in it and has written it and writes all the songs and everything, so it's just absolutely incredible. And it covers so many important topics as well, so it talks about mental health, talks about sexuality, there's like hints of bi-erasure in there, which is always good to see, talks about abortion, like suicide, loads of really important stuff, and it gets proper deep, but it's also really light-hearted and funny at the same time, so I definitely recommend having a watch with that. We have been singing the songs in the office for months, we all love it. There's 3 seasons out of this and the 3rd season is still coming out every week, which means I bloody have to wait a week before the next episode. I can't wait that long, but yes, definitely recommend watching that. Totally different tone now, Black Mirror. This is something that was, I think it was on BBC or was it on Channel 4, and then Netflix has bought it now, so I think we're in the 4th season now and it's on Netflix. It makes you think, like seriously, you watch an episode and you're like, wow, I need an hour to just like process this. It's not something that you can binge really, I guess people do, but you need that like processing time in between. None of the episodes run on from each other, each episode is an individual story, and they're mainly about technology and about all the scary kind of conspiracy theories of where technology is going, and they're all kind of creepy because that could easily happen and you're like, oh god, this could easily be in the future, and that's really scary. And it doesn't sugarcoat it either. There's not many happy endings, although there are some. One of my favourite episodes is San Junipero, which is one of the like happiest ones out there. It's just so lovely. So if you're more into like the light-hearted stuff, I'd recommend watching that one. But then the darker ones are like all the other ones. Although season 4, the one that's just come out in this month, has been a little bit more light-hearted, and I think the guy who wrote it, Charlie Brooker, I want to say, Charlie something, the guy that wrote it, he apparently said in an interview, he was like, the world is, you know, having enough rubbish stuff going on at the moment, so I had to make the episodes a bit more light-hearted and have more happy endings. I was like, oh wow, very good point. Could do with some happy endings right now. Let's talk about Stranger Things. I did not want to jump on the bandwagon. This was hyped so much, but when I was watching the trailers and things, I wasn't really that into it. It's like, oh, monsters, and you know, there's a mystery and they're gonna find out who done it and all this. I wasn't into that storyline at all, but then I was really ill like a couple of months ago, so I spent like 3 days bedbound. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll give it a go, I'll watch it. And I watched all of it in about 2 days, and there's both seasons as well. And I don't even know what it is. I can't even tell you why I liked it so much. I love the time period that it was set in, I love the costumes and the music and everything, and just the relationship between the children, like the main characters, the children. And I don't know, it's just so nice, I really liked it. And I got so into it that then when I'd finished watching it all, I then started watching like the behind the scenes and the interviews. There's like this other thing on Netflix that's like about the making of it, and they interview the actors and everything. So I watched that as well, so that just goes to show how into it I got. So don't judge a series by its trailer. Have a go and maybe you'll like it. I'm actually channeling my inner Barb today with what on earth is going on with my hair and my glasses. Kind of going back to the theme of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend and Kimmy Schmidt is The Good Place. This is one I've just started watching, and I'm watching it with Adam, so it means I have to wait for him before I can just watch the next episode. I can't just binge it by myself. So the main characters of this are all dead. They've all died and have gone to the good place, heaven, whatever you want to call it, and is about the guy who's created this, the architect of the good place, and the neighbourhood that he's created for them. And it's very funny, but there is a twist. I'm not going to give any spoilers. There is a twist, and I did not see it coming at all, and it's so good. So I think I'm on the 3rd season now, and again that's coming out weekly, so again that's another one I have to wait a week to watch the next thing, and wait for when Adam's free as well. So watching that one nice and slowly, but that one is also very good. And finally, this is kind of a curveball and might not be everyone's cup of tea, but The Crown. I don't know why I like this so much. I watched the first season and I was so into it, and then the next season came out and I was like, oh my god, I'm so into this one as well. I'm not like a fan of the royal family. I'm not into, you know, all of the royal people. I don't really care what they do, or they can just crack on with their lives. And this is about the royal family, but I don't know, I was just so ingrained in it. I think I first started watching it because Matt Smith's in it, and I was like, oh my god, Matt Smith, so gonna watch this. But then he's like actually kind of mean and cruel. I was like, oh my god, Matt Smith's a bad guy. And I got properly hooked in the storyline, like I just wanted to know what happened. So I guess it's kind of been like a history lesson for me, because it is mostly accurate. I think they've got like actual historians that have worked on writing the script, so it's pretty accurate to real history. And then I was on like a proper royal drama hype, and then I watched the King's Speech, and then I could understand like the different people and how they linked, because I do not understand the royal family either. It's like the most complicated family tree in the world. So it was a history lesson and I was super into it, so best of both worlds. And now I might be slightly better at a pub quiz if royal history came up. So those are my top 5 favourite things on Netflix at the moment. A lot of them I finished watching, which is so sad, so I do need some new things to watch. So if you have any recommendations that might fit in with my very eclectic taste of things to watch, then please do recommend them. If I've missed any on this list that you are absolutely hyped about, then please tell me in the comments. I always love reading your comments. and yeah, I need some new series to watch while I'm waiting for Adam and waiting for them to come out weekly. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! How cute is this tea infuser, by the way? It's a little pug and he sits on the edge of your mug and his butt is the tea infuser, so it is well cute. Very much enjoying this.